To plot the function of x is equal to ln of x, remember that function of x is equal to y. So we can rewrite this as y is equal to ln of x. And of course, you just put in value of x and then you solve for y. Now, if you have a calculator, you can actually solve this. But if you want to, you can transform this in exponential form. Remember that um, logarithm to the base b x is equal to y. The base raised to y is equal to x. So we know for a fact that ln of x is equal to log to the base of x, in which e is a constant which is 2.71 and so on. Okay, so now if we try to write this in this form, this becomes e 1 e raised to y is equal to x. Now to plot this, of course, is you just assign values of y and x. That is, for every x value, ito yung x, diba? For every x value, you will have a corresponding, let us say for a value of y, kasi it is better to solve it this way. That is, you put value into y or you substitute value into y and you solve for x. For example, when x is equal to 1, when y is equal to 1, e1 is equal to x. Of course, e, which is 2.71 raised to 1, is equal to 2.71. Now, when y equal to 0, e to 0, this is equal to 1. In which, when y is 0, it is the intercept. If this is 1, okay, x, when y daw is 0, y, no values, of course, it is along the x-axis. Your x is dyan. Now, for when when y is 1, assuming this is 1, okay, this is 1y, the value of x is somewhere here. It is 2.71. So medyo this farther than this is. Let us say this is just assuming 2.71. So 1y and then 2.71. So if you try to connect this, parang ganun na siya. Now if you try to substitute values, for example, e negative 1, this is equal to x. Okay, that is when y is equals to negative 1, x therefore is 1 over e, which is 1 over 2.7. And of course, this is a 0, less than 0. So when x daw is negative 1, yung x mo is less than 1. This is 1 over 2.71. So it is somewhere here. Yeah. So if you continue loading values into y, downward, y equals to, let us say, negative 2. This becomes, yung x mo is 1 over e negative, positive 2. So, bababa yung E2, and this will of course a lesser number. If we try to solve this here, I have solved it here. So, ito. So, when x is 0, to, when y is 0, x equals to 1. Diba? That is, E y is equal to x. E0 is equal to x. E ni number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, therefore, x equals 1. Ito. So, this is your x. Ito yung y mo. So, when y is 0, x is equal to 1. And so on. So, if this is negative 1, this is 0.36. Negative 2, this is 0.316. Now, if we plot this, kung i-plot natin ito. So, to plot this, just highlight this, ganon, and then insert, yung ito, yung chart. So, we use this, ayan. So, makita na ito yung kanya. So, when this is 1, 0. So, when y is 0, x is equal to 1, and so on. So, yan, palapit ng palapit sa y-axis. Therefore, the y-axis is your asymptote. Same with here, yung asymptote mo naman still the y-axis kasi nearing the infinity, this will be closer to y-axis, but it will never cross y-axis because we don't have a value for y that will make x a negative value. So it will not cross the y-axis. So, okay. So, now in terms of yung isa naman, yung the other one, this is procedure of gagawin mo. Now, when function of x is equal to ln of x minus 1. Now, if we transform this into its equivalent, this is equal to y. Okay, so we know that this one is logarithm to the base of e, x minus 1, this is equal to y. Now, if we transform this into exponential form, this becomes e y is equal to x minus 1. Now, if you want to solve for x, you can transpose the constant negative 1 to the left. E raised to y plus 1 is equal to x. So, you have the values that we have when we have y is equal to ln x. So, magdadagdag ka lang ng plus 1. Okay, for example, when y is equal to, let us say, 0, so this is the x-intercept. E to 0 plus 1 is equal to x. And of course, e to 0 is equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. So if you continue substituting values to y, ito yung makukuha mo. Ito. So this is when y is 0, yan, x is equal to 2. So when y is 1, we have 3 points. Ito na yung graph niya. Ito yung this is the value of which is 2. Okay. So yan, this is how you plot. Now, there is another solution. This is using the yung calculator naman. So if you have a calculator, ano ba yan? Ayaw. So let us say we have y is equal to ln of x. Ganun din. Actually, we exponentiate this. Ang tawag ko dito exponentiating. We exponentiate both sides. Yan. So, e to y is equal to e ln x. Bale, yung magiging base mo, e. You exponentiate both sides. X potentiate. Okay, this is how we do it. Now, yung e ln x is equal to x. This is one of the property of logarithm, that is e log of a to the base x, and this is just equal to x. So the exponent will go down as x. If this is your term, e log to the base e x. So, or this one, kasi yung log a is ln x. ln lang siya, di ba? Natural logarithm. So, x is equal to x. So, if you have this, ito, when we exponentiate both sides, just remember that whatever you do to the left side of the equation, just do it on the right side, and you are not changing the equation. So, this becomes ey is equal to x, which is the same as yung exponential form. So, we call it exponentiating. Yeah. So, this is the shortcut of yung transforming logarithm into exponential function. And then you just use your calculator. Or if you have use calculator, let me pause this first. This is another way of plotting yung function y is equal to ln of x. For any other equation, you may just use your calculator. Ano ba yan? Okay, so there is another way of uh, plotting y equals to ln x. That is, you use your calculator. You assign value to x and you solve for y. So, ganun lang siya. For example, when let us see, y is equal to, when x equals to, let's say we start at 3. When x to ln of 3, okay, ln of 3, this is equal to, yan. So, i-put natin so when x is 3, this is 1.09, diba? Oh, this is 1.1 actually, 1. So, when x is 2, ln of 2, what is y? So, 0.69. This is 2, this is 0.69. Okay, so, yung y natin pababa. So, if we are trying to plot this, parang ganyan na yan. So, when x is 3, let's say this is 3, okay, yung x mo is positive 1. Assuming this is 1, so yeah, 1.1 is somewhere here. So, when x is 2, 1, 2. So if this is 2, yung y mo daw is 0.69. So at least it is less than 1. So somewhere here, nakita. So the pattern yan ang curve mo. So let us try now when x is 1. So where is our calculator? So when x is 1, that is ln of 1. So this is equal to 0. So when x daw is 1, this is 0. So here, this is 1. So yung y mo is 0. Yung kanina, sa Excel, ito. Yan. Ito na. This is 1. So when x is 1, ito. Y is 0. So ganun din ang mangyayari. And assuming this one, ito yung mga values niya. Pareho din yung magiging values. So either you use your calculator, you use your Excel, or so you use your Dismos, you will get the same answer. Ano yung Dismos natin? Ito yung Dismos. Ito yung y equals to ln x. Ito naman yung y is equal to ln of x minus 1.